Howdy, Possum Patty here, and little Titi too. She's a little slow today. Well, we have a tissue box, and we have some packing paper, and we're going to do something merry and bright for the season. Come on along. Well, I was filming my Trash Tuesday and working in one of my trashy journals. And then I found this packing paper. And it reminded me of a journal that Kristina down at the shack made out of the tissue box and just some old paper. So you can use tissue paper, packing paper, it doesn't matter. Good project for this time of year with people using lots of tissues and packages coming with packing paper. So what I did is I grabbed an empty tissue box and I started my little tri-fold journal with the tissue paper pages. Now I did film it, so I'm going to show you what I've done so far. And I kept the window of the tissue box and I put in part of a calendar page for December. It says Happy Holidays, but I decided I was going to go with the words happy and joy and merry and bright, smiles, laughter, anything to brighten the season. So even though I have my regular trashies, when I come across a really nice piece of trashy that fits this pattern of happy, I keep holding it upside down, sorry, happy and bright for this season, I think I'll put it in here. Kind of reminds me of a joy positivity journal that Dolores J. Rush made. Only I'm not going to stick with the word joy. I'll use joy, enjoy, laugh, smile, happy, merry, bright, any of that family of words to put in here. So first, let me show you what I've already done in putting this together with the window, and then it actually has a window on the inside too. The back of the window. I have it upside down. And you can see the word joy in the middle and the word happy out here, although I keep doing that part upside down, so it goes like that. And then I sew these tissues in and it folds like that, and then I'll make a nice pretty thing to tie around it. And it's just a fun little extra trashy. Yeah, I'm getting quite a few trashies on my shelf, but that's okay. That's okay. You can have as many trashies as you have trash. I've got a lot of trash. And this is a special seasonal trashy. So let's get over to the table. No, wait, first I'll show you what I've already done. Then we'll go to the table and I'm going to finish up some more on the inside of this journal. Garbage down on the floor next to me. I was making a grungy thing with this. Oh, you know what? This reminds me of something that Kristina down at the shack did. Now she took a tissue box and turned it into a journal. And she did that. She had the window. She had a picture in the window. And then it was kind of tri-folded. I guess you have to take it apart. Isn't this pretty? I like this. Pull this in. Right. I'm trying to remember now how she did this. Excuse me a second here. Okay, got that. But you kind of kept the flaps too. Now, did she take it apart where it comes apart? I think she did. All right, like that. And then did she take one part off? Well, maybe she did. Maybe it went like that. Maybe she didn't use the whole box. Oh, look at the pretty feather on the back. I can go in my Trashy. That was like that. And I think she folded those like that. Oops. Oops. Lift the cardboard a little bit. I'm going to take the plastic off. And I got tissue paper and deli paper. What is this? Oh, this is rice paper. This is tissue paper. What's this? This is deli paper. I'm pulling stuff out of the bag. I could put a opaque window, or I could put a clear window. Okay, I was looking for something clear to sew on there. This is a sleeve protector that was in my drawer of trash. I don't know why, maybe because it's got some holes in it, but I could sew it on there. And while I was looking in there, I found some more of that paper. It's like wrapping paper, you know, that you put inside a box. Like this one. So, I don't think you can put too many pages in this if you want it to close like that. Close it like that. So if this is the front, you can put the signatures over here. So that's the front and the back, and then this will be a fold over, something like that. I am going to go to my machine and sew a piece of this on and make a window. Oh, but you know what? What if I put a picture in here? Yeah, this is full of holes for some reason. So that's probably why it's in the trash pile. And then sew it on so we have plastic in the front and in the back. All right, need a picture. Yeah, I'm going to make this absolutely as complicated as possible. I'm going to cut, this is a calendar for November 2022. Oh, this was the farm market calendar that I got at Dollar Tree that I was using in my journals. And what if I do a Christmas, or just do a happy? Look at that. I could do happy. I could do a happy there. Or I have this, but maybe I'll save this for another page. And I could put this on this side and put something in these little squares, like little windows. Let's see, how big is this? Cut this off. Oh, this is washi tape. I must have got this on sale. I don't believe I ever have to buy washi tape again, because I have so much. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. Got any suggestions? What I could do is just take a black pen and okay, like that, sort of, kind of, and go like this. Oops, jumped the gun there. Oh, can't do it that way. Have to do it this way. Now I got some extra black lines on there, over there. But I can fix that by making it all wiggly, like it's supposed to be there. So just wiggle around like this. Or you can make even bigger wiggles like this, and then decorate them like that. And you can make them go in different directions. So everything inside this black line will show through the window. So when I cut it, I have to cut it larger. Hard to see with the reflection there. Okay. Happy. This is going to be a happy little journal. Where's that other thing? Okay. So, paper engineering, we love it. We love it. So if this is going to go here, I might get out paint and actually paint some of this because I don't use my paints that much. So where does the window start? It goes here, this goes here. Why am I doing this? I have no idea. Oh, I'm just doing that to get an idea of where everything is going to be. And then this has to be in the window. Alright, well, we're going to, I'm going to wing it here. It's getting late. My brain stops working after a while. I'm going to cut off these pretty berries. Okay, the battery died. And what I am doing right now is cutting out the word joy to put in one of these little windows here, like that. And this is going to go on here. And then these are going to go inside here. And then this is going to get sewn on the tissue box. Because we could not get any more complicated than that. Well, I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could. Make joy. So, I am working on this bed. What is this? Not Bed Bath & Beyond. This is Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works. This is a pretty candle there. I like that big crystal thing too. Can I get them both in? Maybe, maybe. I like this because it's got the the winter woods on it. It's called Falling Flurries. Falling Flurries. So Remember to leave some around the edge so you can glue it on. You could turn it this way. Much more interesting than this way, having the bottom of a bottle. This way, get that crystal. Can't get too close to the edge though. And pretty ribbon. Alrighty. Now I gotta be careful because these are close to each other. So put down the middle. Leaving some space to glue. That might be too much space, but I can trim it later. Or I can trim it right now like I'm doing. I'll have to find Kristine's video if I could and link it below. Because I watched it not that long ago. But you know, the brain, she's a broke. Okay, that's going to be one side. And that's going to be the other side. Because this is a little bigger, it's going to go, this is going to face the inside of the journal. And that's going to face the outside of the journal. So, what I need to do now is probably just glue these on a little bit before I start sewing it. And I'm going to put a little glue stick around to hold those pictures in place. Oops, oh, I just glued it to my table. You don't want to do that. And why didn't I get out the glue magazine? I don't know. I don't know. Where is it? Down there. Reaching. Okay. Okay, I want joy in the middle. Now to get glue all over this. Yeah. Shouldn't have done that. I put the crystal at the top. Of course, I just wiped all the glue off. Am I getting to the end of this one already? You know, and if you mess up, if you want to experiment like I'm doing here, and you mess up, you don't have to worry because it's all trash. It's all trash and it's all good. There's no problem. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue here. Like that, just a little bit. Where's my other picture? I was trying to be neat and I still got glue everywhere. Okay. And there's my bird clock. Oh, oh my. Oops. I glued my magazine to the table. I glued my glue magazine to the table. All right. Pay attention here. Now, I probably could use like double-sided tape, but you know what? I don't want to put double-sided tape because I'm going to put this in the sewing machine. And glue stick is sticky enough without adding double-sided stickiness to it. And I don't have to actually, come to think of it, sew right on this, do I? I can just sew around it. Yeah. All right, be right back. Okay, I was looking at this side when I was sewing. A little bit wonky going around here. It's all good. Happy. There's my happy window. And so I wasn't looking at this side and I went right down there, but that's okay. That'll work. I was hoping it was going to be on the white because then it would kind of decorate the white a little bit with a stitch. But that didn't happen, and we'll just leave it that way. I think I'm going to take these flaps off. I think she left hers, but I'm going to take these off because I think I can use these for something else. And what about these? What about these? What about these? You know what? I'm going to take all those flaps off. I'm pretty sure Kristina left flaps. Whatever she did, she'll make it look easier than what I did. Okay, so this will be like this, just a little trashy journal or whatever you want to use it for, really. See, these are nice, decorated. I could sew these on later after I do something with this. I could make like a little flap on both sides, tuck things underneath. But I want to cover this first or paint it or something. I don't know, can I paint over all this here? Maybe, maybe. Or I can just cover it with something. This is part of that calendar. Gee, I wish that was a little wider. I bet you have, oh, got this. Got this. Got this. I only got one. Maybe I've got some more calendar pages in there. But I could probably, should I do the cover first? Okay, for the signatures, let me just show you what I'm going to do. I am just going to use this paper. Can't put too much in here because, you know, it's, yeah, it's going to fold close. So these pages, oh, you know what? Pages can be this wide, not that wide. So somewhere around here, where's my, I haven't done this in a while. This is the serrated edge off the saran wrap. And you know what, there's tape down here. Hope I get all the tape off. Okay. This will be the grungy happy. A grungy happy trashy journal. Oop. Come on. Must be more tape there. Let's see. No, I don't see any tape. Oh, there's got to be tape there somewhere. Not there. there. Not there. There. There's the tape. This was also gifted to me. Can I use this? Can I use this? How about a piece of this? Oh, camera doesn't like all that white. It goes crazy. Okay, I'm going to fold this as wide as this. It's almost the same kind of paper, but not trashed up yet, that's all. Just not trashed up yet, and I don't have to worry about tape. Oops. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, now this got to be ripped down this way. Okay. Okay, I want to put at least 6 pages in here. And I've got 4. Got 2 of these bigger ones and 2 of these painty ones. The 6 times 4 is 24, and that'll give you 24 pages. And once you start adding stuff on the sides and in here, that'll be plenty. So 2 more. What can I use? Because this is a tissue box, I want to use tissue like paper. So I managed to get the tape off of this, hopefully enough. I can get it to a size to put in to the journal. I've already used a part of this for something, because I can see I cut it. A merry heart doth good like a medicine, Proverbs. So that would look pretty cool, because this is my happy, merry, joyful journal, right? Trashy, trashy, trashy. Okay, I'm going to do not throw away your saran wrap, plastic wrap, wax paper, aluminum foil, serrated edges. They work wonderfully. Do I have to make this a little... Oh, and I have a piece of deli paper too, because that's like tissue paper. Oops. We're losing them now. And this might have to be a little smaller, but I don't want to lose that sticker, so it's gotta be a little smaller than that. Okay, so that looks just about right. Instead of saying does, can I say just say does? Does, D-O-E-S instead of D-O-E-T-H. A merry heart does good like a medicine. Isn't that much easier to say? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I think it needs to be a little shorter. I think it needs to be just a little shorter. Oh, Mr. Possum yawning away in the other room. Okay. So we got one. I got deli paper. I got clean wrapping paper, painty wrapping paper, clean wrapping paper, and painty wrapping paper. Oh, see, now the deli paper is too big. The deli paper is too big. Did I plan on doing this? No, I planned to just work in that other one, but you know. You gotta go with your intuition. You gotta work intuitively. And I saw this paper and I had the Kleenex box and I was like, ooh. Because she made it look more fun than I'm making it. Watch her video. Watch her video. She'll show you how fun and easy it is. Okay. So when this goes this way, some of those pages are still too big. All right, I'm going to trim these down and sew it in. I'll be right back. I just had an idea at the sewing machine. All I did was take it to the sewing machine and zoop, straight down. And I'm thinking, joy, merry, happy. Maybe this can be like a, you know, people do their en masse composition books where they'll do like a whole page of umbrellas or something, you know, like that. I can do this little folder like this of all happy words. Happy, joy, merry, you know, anything that I come across that reminds me of happy, joy, merry. There was something else on the table here on this mess. Let's see. Where did it go? All right, so I really made a big mess. Did I get a lot done? Oh my gosh, I made a new journal. All right, so this is for happy, joy. Wow. That little spin out there meant we're back to now. So here we are, and what I did while you were watching what I've already done is I went over to the sewing machine and added one more go around with the sewing machine because I wanted to put something in these white spaces right there, like that. That was the original plan, like I said, but I wound up over there, but that's okay. That's okay. Now we've just got more fun thread on there. And I used purple because that's what was in the machine. And I didn't feel like getting things out. But this is kind of purple here. It kind of goes with the outside. Nothing has to match and nothing will match. But I think everything matches, so. Here we go. All right, so this is it. I was going to add something here and something here. So I think, let's see, I had this calendar bit. And I can put this here. Looks like it's ripping over here already. But I'll cut this down to size and just glue that on there. Merry and bright. And then something for the other side. I do have some more tissue paper. This is very festive, red and white stripes. Right. I've already used it. I've already used some of this. I can just put that like right like that, I guess. I don't think the glue will stick to this though. Plastic there. This is tissue paper. Do I glue this down or do I have to Mod Podge this? Ooh, I wonder if I have any Christmas napkins. I could put this down and then Mod Podge something Christmassy over it, couldn't I? Yes, yes, yes. I don't know if I have any Christmas napkins. I may. I'd have to look in the drawer that says napkins. I have a lot of old Christmas cards. And the junk mail that's coming is starting to look a bit Christmassy too. I got another flyer from Bath and Body Works, Make Joy Happen. That's got to go on here. Yes, it does. Okay, now do I need to put something underneath this? See, I like this scallopy edge, but I don't like this cardboard edge. But if I put something underneath, I try not to bring up too much junk, but I brought up some junk. Some Christmas junk. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, look at the little gnomes. And teddy bears. Alright, so I think I will get out the gesso, because I was talking about painting this anyway. So I'm going to put gesso all around here. And I might put some paint around here. And I might put this down here. And I might find something to put on top of it. And then I might put the word joy. So let's see how this goes. And you know what? How long is this video already? Well, maybe I will start this and then work some more in this journal. You know, I can at least get it started, because if I put gesso down and Mod Podge and everything, that'll take a while to dry. So let me get this started, and then we'll just have to come back for part 2. Now, I could have done this ahead of time if I had planned this out, but when you're making a trashy, no, you don't have to plan anything out at all. You can just fly by the seat of your pants and do whatever you please in what order you decide to do it in. So this is Liquitex Gesso, which is a surface preparation that painters use to like prime their canvas or wood or whatever you want to paint, really. And it sort of seals it a little bit so you don't lose so much paint into the paper, cardboard, wood, whatever you're working on. And makes it whiter and brighter. You can brush it in all different directions. Not like you're painting a wall, you know. So I thought the tissue paper would look prettier with the gesso on there. So I'm just going to give this a couple of coats and then let this dry, and then probably come back for part 2 and just have some more play in here. And I know I have my December daily I'll be working in too, but that's not a Trashy. That's a great big giant journal. So I will do journaling in that, and I will do trashing in this. I just thought it would be fun to have something festive for the season. Look at me already. Oh, where's my... I had a towel here before. I don't know where it is. All right, I'll get my paper towels out again. Okay, and I get this small brush. Kind of go around there. I know I got it on the plastic, but, you know, that'll wipe right off. So what shall we call this? Well, Kristina, I know, I have to look and see what Kristina used on hers, if she has a hashtag for this or not. I don't think she's using hers as a holiday journal, but... we could just call this... Merry and Bright, for some reason I just keep sticking in my head. Merry and Bright, Merry and Bright, Merry and Bright, what? Merry and Bright, Trashy, Merry and Bright, True Junk Journal, Merry and Bright, Trashy, Trashies, a Merry and Bright Trashy, a Trashy for the season, a seasonal Trashy. See, now what I was talking about, I should probably let this side dry before I flip it over and do that side. So this is going to take a while. Actually, I don't have to do that side because I'm going to glue that down on there. So that is okay. Okay. So I'm probably going to leave it here then. I'm going to have to go wash those brushes, wash my hands. I can wipe this plastic off a little bit. I know, a Trashy, all merry and bright. Trashies don't need a fancy name. A joyful Trashy. I can't tell if that white is part of the design up there or if that is gesso. It's both. Oh, I know, I got it inside. It's under the plastic. Okay, no problem. So thanks for coming along today, and yeah. And with this mashup, this is actually a part of a video I was making for Trash Tuesday, and this now this is Trash Tuesday. But then I'll probably take the beginning of that video and maybe add that on to another video where I'm working in the other Trashy, and then just continue this Trashy in a different video. And that's a lot of videos. So I just want to wish everybody happy True Junk journaling, happy Trashy journaling, happy holiday journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.